I forget. All right, you guys, I'm so excited to welcome the queen herself, Pam Sowder, for tonight's Zoom. I am absolutely just so excited for you guys just to hear from Pam. It's such a special treat that she has made time for us tonight. And I just know you guys are absolutely going to soak up and just get so much from what she has to share tonight. Pam, are you able to unmute yourself? Let me see if I can.
I think I did. Just had my speaker off, which was so bad. Hello, Brittany.
Thank you so much for being on, Pam. We are so excited.
Well, I had to go and get me some collagen. This is my collagen time. All right, so let's make sure that you monitor chat, and just in case, once we start answering questions, somebody's got something to add or ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I made a list of questions for you. So if you're ready for me to just jump in, we can get started.
Yes, I'm ready.
So the first question that we had was, you've seen a lot of people come and go through this company and this industry. Everyone's network and situation is a little different, but if there's one thing that you would say is 100% controllable that sets the extremely successful apart from the somewhat successful, what would it be?
Well, I want to go back to the beginning of that question because I think it's so important to touch on. I've seen a lot of people come and go in everything in life, not just this industry. You know how you join the gym in January and you can't even get in, and by March, everyone's gone. Most people are gone by February. Early on in my before even discovering this industry, everybody tried to get me in to do real estate. They said, you'd be so good in real estate. And I just saw so many of my friends spend all this money getting into real estate. And within a couple months, because their mother said, no, I don't need a new house, or their friend wouldn't buy from them because they didn't want to know their income, they would quit real estate. So, when you think about how many Boy Scouts went to Eagle Scout, it's probably 1%. How many Sandlot football players get to the NFL? I'm sure it's 1%. So what's the difference in that? What's the difference in them and those that quit this than those that stay in and do it? It's work, Brittany. It's work. It's working on yourself, working on your mindset, working on your skills, never giving up. I mean, the reason I am here right now, here we are, and I'm on a Zoom at 9:30 on a Tuesday. I don't have to do this. I get to do this, but I want to get better and better and better. And I'm not ready to sit down. I'm ready for more. And what is that more? More wisdom, more people coming on board, more people changing their lives. It's beyond the money for me. It's now, and boy, when you can get beyond the money, life really becomes a blast. And then here comes more money. I don't know how come that works that way, but I love it. It's like when you get beyond the money and more into gaining your own wisdom and being more joyful every single day, because really, that's what it's all about. I didn't want to get here and not have family. I didn't want to get here and not have friends. So I think that's a part, I know that's a part of it too, because I don't want burnout. I don't feel burnout at all. I feel like every day is a new horizon, a new way to grow and develop and evolve and build. So how do you accomplish that? That is waking up every day, just saying, bring on this day. Bring it on full force. Bring it to me. I can handle it. Bring all the people that want to be a part of It Works right here to us. And we're going to take good care of them. So just take a hard look at yourself. If you've quit everything in life, it's time to stop. It's time to take a hard look in the mirror and know that is something within you that is no longer a characteristic that you will allow in your life. And you decide, I am no longer going to be a part of that group. And this is a decision that you can make right now. I'm going to be a part of this group, this 1%. And I didn't establish the 1%. That is just unfortunately the way life is. 99% of the people, no matter what country, quit. Quit on themselves, quit whatever they're doing, give up, stop participating, go bare minimum, just barely getting by. And, just doing all the things that they really don't want to do. And they're trying to blame it on everything and everyone else. And that's another thing. If one person is making money and it works and big money, then that means it's available for everybody, because we're on the surface. We are no different. We are no different. None of us are I am no better than anyone on this Zoom. I would never state that. I would never even think that. We're all level. Here's the difference. I'm learning every day. I'm growing. I'm evolving. I'm learning new skills. I'm trying to learn Instagram and get better at it. I just don't want everyone to have to do it for me. So I want to understand it. So Brittany, that's it. It's just deciding that you're going to go for it. And you know what? You're going to take every day and you're going to learn something about yourself and about the business. And that's really what it comes down to.
I love that so much. So the next question actually, I feel like ties into that a lot. And I think I know kind of how you'll answer it based on you just said, but it was, how did you go from the start of your career to where you are now? Like, what shifts did you have to make to take you from new into the industry to everything that led you to, being a founder of this company?
Gosh, there were so many things about, that's why I always say get over yourself. There were so many things I had to get over. I had to get over the lack of confidence. I just didn't, I had to get over being scared. I had to get over living in fear of others and they and them and whoever they are and whoever them are and whoever the others are. And, when I look back, those others and they and them, they're not where I'm at in any way, shape, or form. They don't have the life I have. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to them, because, wow, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be living in this house and on this water and have getting able to travel and meet all of you and grow and evolve. So it's that, it's just, wow, it's just what a life. And, making the decision to create it. So after years of frustration and not having the growth that I knew this company could have, I knew that a lot of it was me, because I was out building the field. And so we're bringing a fresh new product to market that was laughable. The wrap was no one believed it. We couldn't get on social media and share before and afters. We didn't have it. We didn't have those. And so we had to go door to door. We like the Fuller Brush Man. You don't even know who he is. He's back in the day. He visited your mom or your grandmother, but it was door to door, and that's what we did. And so there was a lot of skepticism, a lot of getting up every day and just doing it anyway. And then once I realized, truly took in the fact that we work great, that we have a product that works, that's refreshing to have a product that no one gets or understands. Turn it around. And so I turned it around to, you're not going to flip and believe this. Instead of, I don't think you're going to believe me, because that's how I would lead in. And I made this decision that, no, I'm going to go out there and boldly say, you're not going to believe this. But I have a product that actually works, and it works in 45 minutes. But you're not going to believe me until you try it. And I'm not going to tell you anything else about it until you try it. And you're going to give me $25 to try it. Oh my gosh, everything exploded after that. But it was because my attitude changed, my posture changed, my confidence grew. And I knew that I had to be that person because nobody else was believing. And once I stepped into that belief and that growth and that knowingness, everything shifted. And that's what will happen to all of you. Find that core product or products that you absolutely cannot live without. It could be the reds, it could be the greens, it could be Confianza, it could be TFX, it could be the wrap, it could be the skincare, and boldly go, look, you're not going to believe this, but this is what this did for me. You need to try it. And opportunity too. I was like full on, hey, you need to be on my team. What team? My team. My team that is taking the industry by storm. My team called It Works. You need to be on that team. You need to take a look at this. There is more money here than you could ever possibly make anywhere else, and I need to show it to you. And so once I gained that kind of confidence in the showing the plan, Brittany, everything shifted. So that is the one thing. And this was before it ever happened. This is before we made our first million in volume. This is when, there wasn't even $10,000 a month in volume coming in. But I had to walk in the presence of the millions because I knew it would come. But it would only come if I believed it. So that's perfect growth for everybody. And that you walk into, and you walk into it with confidence and with faith even before it ever happens, or it's not going to happen. It doesn't work the other way around. It does. Here are the millions. Show me the millions, put them in my account, then I'll believe. Life doesn't work that way.
That is so powerful. It reminds me of in The Secret when they say, if you go there in the mind, you can go there in the body, but you'll never go there in the body before you go there in the mind. I just think that's
you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question for you was, how do you best keep up with all the demands of life while being 100% intentional with still building your business? And just how do you maximize your time to be the most effective?
So just am I most effective during the day? Like each day, how do I keep up? I don't even try. I just let it take over. No. I have my priorities, my non-negotiables, which is I work out. I take an hour and I work out every day. Non-negotiable. That is either with my trainer or I take a 4-mile walk. I mean, that on my walks is when everything awesome comes to me. It's like, here comes all these ideas and I feel like I've done something for myself. And I don't care if you have small children. That's when I started walking, when my children were small. I would put them in the stroller and we would go. And I mean, that's the only way my daughter napped. She napped in the stroller. She just wouldn't nap any other way. So I'm like, I got to do something different with this child. And that's when I started walking. So non-negotiable is always when you're in the build mode, which all of you are, I talk to no less than 10 people every single day. I mean, this is when I'll take you back and then I'll take you forward. This is when it was a physical phone. And I mean, talked. I didn't beat around the bush. I mean, they were either active in the system of being closed out. They were either active new, and I was walking them through the process. They were not already in. They were in the funnel. They were potentials. And that was my goal every single day. Now, it might be that they were for me or somebody on my team. But it was 10 potentials every single day. That pretty much took up my day. And any trainings or anything that I did, it was all grouped together, like over the phone. We did once a month training that, I could group everybody together. And this is when I'm going back to the way that you would be building today. And so now that would be a Zoom. But every training was active. It wasn't just sitting there taking notes. It was active training. It was like on the job training. It was, no, we're going to actually post this. We're going to actually take this script and put it to work now. So it was not just watching me. We were actually doing it. I have the first company that I was with before discovering this product and founding this one. I would actually have people over to my house and hold their hand while they called their mom to see if she'd be their customer, because I wanted to get paid. So first off, look at the comp plan, look at the steps to success. And some of you, what kind of team am I talking to, Brittany? Are these a certain level, or is it everybody?
These are diamonds and above.
All right, so diamonds and above. Let's talk money, because this is important. You're going to earn 80 a person to 150 for cabs. And then you've got the $100 fast starts on top of that. But let's look downline. And when I would always follow those steps to success, because one, I wanted to unlock that comp plan for the newbie, but I wanted to get paid. Think about it. You want to get paid. You don't want to look at your commission report and see zeros by people's names. And there was a $80 cab bonus, leadership bonus sitting there waiting on you. So what does that tell me? You're not duplicating. So this is most important, is to get everybody in the system of steps to success. That's all I'd be talking about. I mean, that's it. A new person is going to get that done. Half of step 2 is an ultimate requirement so that you don't miss out on any money. So that was a big focus of mine too, was always making sure that people were taught how to gather customers. And that's much easier today because we can give them the tools very, very quickly on how to do that. So that would be my focus. What would be, and a non-negotiable is auto shipment too. I mean, it just, if you're broke, that's why you need it even more. I mean, that again, this is posturing yourself. This is saying that is a core component of our compensation plan. That is a non-negotiable. You will participate in auto ship because I want you to get paid. That's it. That's it. That's like buying a franchise and saying, no, you don't have to turn on your electricity. Your customers like eating in the dark. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. So you're telling them they don't need to turn it on because you're wimping out on that, afraid of it. Forget it. That you need to step up into that and own that. That is a vital part. And every single month, you're getting paid on those auto shipments. You want that. And you want them. I had to call somebody one time because she missed out on a $5,000 check because she didn't have enough in there on her auto ship to get paid. She was relying on her customers, and her customers' credit card did not work. You know how you have to have the 80 or the 150? How about doing that? Having to make that phone call. I had to make that call. And so I don't ever want to have to make that call for anybody. So I follow the steps to success. Why? Because they work. They're simple, and I can coach it over and over and over and over again. And I hope that it's one of those things that you can recite and your children can recite. I mean, your children listen to you all day long. They should know the steps to success by heart. That they're designed for a 5th grader. That's what they're designed for. And so if we're talking outside of that in the beginning, it's way too much information. No, it should be designed. Check this off. Now let's get your 4 loyals. This is how we do it. Boom, boom, boom. They should be done within 72 hours. And then we're moving on to step 3. We're now in full Ruby mode. And that's what I would teach.
That is so good. I love what you said about the 5th grader, because I have a 5th grader and she 100% does understand the steps of success. And she'll ask me at the beginning of the month, like first week of the month, she'll be like, have you already done your steps of success, mommy? And I'm like, I need one more customer and I'll have it. And like, she knows that it's that simple, that you can get it done multiple times. And I just think so often we, like you said, we overcomplicate things that are really so simple.
Well, yeah, I would have her teach your next training.
We've joked about that before. Some of the people on here and I have joked about, she could totally could pull out a chart and show you exactly what you need to do. So I love it. Okay, so the next question we have for you, this actually came from someone on the team to give you a little bit of perspective who is very yellow. And they said, what is your best tip for attracting DTs that are not your strongest colors in order to leverage your business and have balance in your leadership? So knowing who asked the question, I think what she's asking is she has been attracting a lot of other yellows, and she's wanting to know, like, what tips would you have for her to attract other types of personalities into her business?
Oh my gosh. Well, for one thing, yellows, yellows always have the most questions like this. And yellows, you got a lot of red in you. How do I know? Let's say somebody is threatening your child. The red streak comes out big time. Yellow, seen it, felt it, been there. So do not hide behind yellow. Do not argue for what you think are your limitations. Why wouldn't a red want to be with a yellow? I would, because I know that yellow is going to help me. I know that yellow is not going to lie to me. I know that yellow knows her stuff. That's what I know about a yellow. And I'm telling you, a red is not thinking about a yellow. A red is thinking about, show me the money. And you know the money, yellow. You know the money. So I call it arguing for your limitations. And don't tell me a red wouldn't want a yellow and a red wouldn't want a green. A red wants them all. And so yellow, overcome it by showing all the strong attributes that you have, which are care, service, loving, helpful. You're going to help train the reds people because they don't like to do it. Yeah, right? That's what you're going to do. And they're going to love you. A red with the red is almost like this constantly. It's almost constant. It's you're a perfect person to sponsor a red. And so if you will start to understand that, and you will believe that, and you will have the confidence in that, and a red, just because they're red, we're not mean. I'm red. I have a lot of red, but I have a lot of yellow in me too. I'm very caring, very loving, but I want you to show me the money. So yellow, show them the money and how you're going to help benefit them by them being on your team. And that is, I'm service driven and I love to help. So there it is. I'll take a yellow all day long. Absolutely. Yes.
So good, Pam. And you literally made me laugh out loud with your comment about the red wants the yellow to train. You just like related with me so much. I think about my yellow leaders on here. I mean, they really do fill that gap, like where I would be like, okay, I don't know what to do with this person.
People would say to me, gosh, Pam, she is so good at recruiting. She is so bad at training. I said, that's not her job. Leave her alone. Let her recruit. She'll find the trainers. She's not going to do it. You're not going to change that personality, but she'll find the trainers. So that's it. Yeah.
So true. Okay. Well, speaking of training, that leads to the next question we had for you, which was, what was your go-to steps for training your new distributors and getting them started strong as quickly as you could?
Well, I think I touched on that big by the steps to success. So here's the thing. As we grew exponentially, which is what you all want. I mean, think about this, having hundreds and thousands of people joining every month. That's what's going to happen in your organization. I mean, you think you've seen it? You haven't seen anything yet. So you want the system set up now. And so what I would highly recommend is that you have some start videos. Very, very simple. You could have them in a group page. Brittany, I don't know if you already have this set up, but it's brilliant to do this for them to say, okay, for you to direct them. Now, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to direct them. Okay, this is about building and let's just have fun with this, a money machine. Don't we want to build a money machine? Yes, that's just cranking out. Thank McDonald's. Why is McDonald's so successful in franchising? Well, you go to McDonald's school, which you do, and they teach you the lineup. Did you watch that movie about McDonald's, about the McDonald's? What was that called? That movie.
I haven't seen it, but I think it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's so brilliant because you meet the McDonald's brothers when they first get started, and they have the ketchup machine that squirts the ketchup and just the right amount on the burger, and then it goes through another and it squirts the mustard. And so think about squirting the ketchup, squirting the mustard, and everything is in a line. And so that's what we want. We want a machine that is running so that when you start to build, and you'll build faster if you do this, and you'll build stronger if you do this. And that is, what is that first step? They joined. Okay. Now here you want to bombard them with all of this information that they didn't join for that. They didn't join to take a class. They didn't join to be a leader. They joined to make money. So let's show them the money and how to get started in that. And don't listen, oh, I just want to market the products. No, that we know that you want to earn money. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay. And so this is how we start. We get that auto ship in play. Now you make a video about that. Make sure here's how you set up your auto ship, and you actually show them how to do that. So you direct them to a video that does that. And then step 2. All right, when you complete that, come back to me and I'll show you the next video. So step 2, you show them a video about gathering customers. We're building out the steps to success. This is unlocking the compensation plan. So you talk about that. This unlocks the money to you. This is how you get set up to earn money. And so you talk about the various ways that they can gather those customers. Just very simple, very, very simple. And then step 3. They come to you after they do step 2, and then here's step 3, and they go, Ruby, we talk about that. Now, we want you to print out your Ruby chart. This is where you find it. Now, print it out. Put your name at the top. Now, let's find 3 people. Now, why do I want to do that? Because I want to get paid. Step 1 is part of it. Step 2 is the rest of it. It doesn't matter about 3 until 1 and 2 are done, in my opinion. Because if I haven't taught them that, they're not going to teach their 3 people that, and there's 4 people that didn't get customers. So there's 4 people that didn't get paid, that you didn't get paid on. So that just doesn't make any sense to me. And so I would love for you to you all to think about a point and read. Point them, let them read, come back, and then repeat. And the reason for that is that if you've got thousands of people coming in, which you're going to, then everyone's doing the same thing, then everybody's getting paid. And you're not talking to every single person about every single thing all the time. And anybody can set this up for themselves. I mean, we've got the video tools to do it. I'm not saying hire somebody to do your hair and makeup and make sure the background is perfect. I'm just talking to your phone and do a quick video. It's that simple. Actually, the simpler, the better. And then, of course, start teaching them skills. How to talk about the opportunity, and how to talk about the different products, but get them to go look up product ingredients, get them to do this on their own. That's what a leader does. A leader is a coach. You're coaching them to do it on their own, because you just, our egos get in the way, Brittany. We want people to think that we're all that and more. I want people to think, she's just pointing. She's just guiding me. Yes. And then I know if I've got somebody that wants it, because they go watch, they check off, they do it, they come back, or they ask me a question. If they don't do that, they're not in. So they might need a little pushing, a little prodding, a little pulling. And in the beginning, we kind of do that with people. I know that first company I was with, my sponsor was always, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you at? What's going on? And I'm thankful for that, because I don't know if I'd be here if he didn't. He believed in me more than I believed in myself. So in the beginning, a lot of times we want to do that. We don't want to be unkind, but we do want to be in business. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to be unkind, but we do want to be in business. That's so good, Pam. Okay, the next question was, how do you create long-term vision for people struggling so much? They're in survival mode and they just feel like they can't see past it.
Oh gosh, that's so draining, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. How do you think, Brittany? How do you think?
I think that hate is a stronger motivator than love, and we have to hate where we're at bad enough to want to change it. And if someone's in survival mode and can't see past it, they don't hate where they're at bad enough and they don't want to change it.
They're just not going to see. It's like your mom trying to tell you something and you just don't see it. You don't see it. You just can't see it. You don't want to see it. You know, it's like people say, I want to lose weight, but they don't want to give up their French fries. So they really don't want to lose weight. It's like people that say, I'm so broke, I need the money, but they won't make the call. You know, they're just living in a state of agreement of where they're at, not willing. You know, it's like, I don't know if I wish that I could say, I know how to light that fire. Every leader is looking for the switch. We wouldn't even be asked that question if we had that. That question would never be on a Zoom if we knew the answer to that question. Here's what I want all of you to understand. That is not your job. You will stay in a mediocre atmosphere and business if you think that that is your job. Really, why do you want them to make a move? So that you can rank up, so that you can earn some extra income. That's it. Okay, so let's be really honest about that. They're not the one. If they're not making the move, if they're not ranking up, then they're not the one. So how do we like, we love them, we appreciate them being there, but they're not making the move. So what do? We got two choices. We can stay back there with them and try to pull them along, or we can make the move ourselves. And the best way to get out of survival, the best way to get out of being stuck, is to decide that you are so tired of it that you are not going to tolerate it another minute. And you're going to get up off that couch and you're going to go to work. And you're going to work like your hair is on fire. You're going to make more calls than you ever have. You're going to post you're going to post so much you lose friends. Yes, people are, she's bat crazy right now. Yes, she is. Her hair is on fire because she can't pay her flipping bills. That's it. And if they're not feeling that, if they're ready to giving up, they probably never did it to begin with. They probably just poked around in it. But I can't make them move. Again, if I knew that, if I could go in and shake up their brain, if I could zap them, if I had pixie dust, I would just throw it all over them. But we don't have any of that. So what do? We do it ourselves. We get up and make the big, bold move. And what's she doing? What? She's different. Where is she going? Wait a minute, she's going without me. Oh my gosh. She's actually doing, look, why she's posting like she's bat crazy. Oh my gosh. She posted 5 times today. 5 times. I better step up. She's going to go. She's going to go. She's going to get it. She's going to get it. I'm not going to get it. And that's the only way I know to do it. That, and get them in a room. Get them in a room. Put them in the car and get them in a room of high energy people. And sometimes, Brittany, we were just together on Saturday. And so Kay had several people come. And one of her new distributors came, who was just kind of in that, just kind of like moving things around. You know how when you're not hungry, you just kind of move things around on your plate. She was kind of moving things around, not really doing anything. An occasional post. She caught the vision that day. She has been she was texting Kay all night. She actually got up and did things on Sunday and has done a Monday, Tuesday. So she has caught a vision. And so it was being in that room, being around like-minded people. And that room can be your house with people in it, and you're doing a try it. I've watched people switch on at a try it. So if you believe in somebody, sometimes it's worth that physical connection. It's getting together and hearing something. It's going to Boston. It's coming to conference and raising that inner state of energy, because it's comfortable in our homes doing nothing. We're set back in our favorite chair. We're drinking our collagen. We post every once in a while. We answer a question, and then we go, nothing's happening. And we're still in the same clothes, doing the same thing, sitting in the same chair, expecting a different result. And that's not going to happen. You're not going to have a different result doing the same thing every day. I'm telling you, think about it. That's kind of insane if you think that. Oh, I'm going to sit here and do the same thing I did yesterday and the day before and the day before. And maybe somebody's going to catch it now. Maybe somebody will see it and they'll call me. It doesn't happen that way. Yeah. Good questions.
That's so good. I don't know if you saw the chat, but everybody, you just spoke to everybody so much in that last question. I think so many people needed to hear that. So I love that. Okay, we have 2 more questions left. Sorry, Pam, I know it's a little late. One of the questions was when building in the field, what was the biggest area in your mindset that you had to overcome to get where you are today?
All right, what was the first part of that?
When you were building in the field, what was the biggest area in your mindset that you had to overcome to get where you are today?
Again, it's just fear. Fear is all encompassing. There's so many layers to fear. You have the fear of starting. And so then you start and you start going, and then you have the fear of, can I take care of everybody? Can I be all that to everybody? Will I know enough to coach and train? And then you have a fear of leadership. What's that mean anyway? You've been doing it, but now you've given a title, and then you're on that stage, and then people want you on their stage, and then you're like, wow, should I do that? I mean, I don't want to get into where my head's too big, and I'm off not doing the things that got me there. So then there's fears at every level. And so it's just uncharted territory. It's maybe not, fear's not even the right word. It's just something we haven't done. It's just like watching my grandsons do something for the first time. I can see the fear. You can sense it. You can smell it. They're like, am I going to get hurt? Are they going to like me? If I go in there, you say it's a party, but what if I go in there and they're not nice? You see the change in their body when something new is presented to them. And so we're no different. So it's understanding that is normal. And I've got a choice to walk through it or let it overpower me. And so I realized on the other side of that every time is exactly what I wanted. It's like my workout this morning. A lot of fear in that workout room. I mean, he's like, I want 30 of those. I said, wait a minute, did you say 30? As in 30? Yeah. And my mind immediately goes, you can't, there's no way you can do that. So then I have to shut that off, get in position, and sure enough, I can do it. They might not look pretty at the end, but I got it done. So I just hope that you would embrace it for what it is. And what it is, it means that, hey, I haven't done this before. That's all it means. And then you look and you see that others have. So that means you can too. That's just it. We've all gone to meetings and, well, how did she do it? Look, my hair's prettier. We've all done that. Or, I mean, she can't even talk. How did she do that? How did she do that? She decided. That's it. She decided. She had the same level of fear, if maybe even more, all consuming. But what was on the other side of that is exactly what she wanted. Just like on the other side of those 30, whatever I did this morning was what I wanted. And so I was willing to do it. So that, just understanding that there is no one that has not walked in fear and gotten on the other side of everything they ever wanted. Every single person, no matter if it's a golfer, no matter if it's a mom. Think about that first baby and the second one. And then Brittany, 5. There's a lot of fear in that when you get to that 9th month and you're like, okay, gearing up for this labor and delivery. And they got it right. It's labor. And I can't wait for the delivery. And, on the other side of that is this beautiful baby. It's just beautiful baby. And so I just look at life that way, like there's nothing on this side of fear that looks good to me. And if there's beautiful things that look great, but if the fear sets in, wow, what's here versus what's here? And what's here is what I want. So I just walk through it. It's sometimes it's excruciating. My mind plays tricks on me. It tells me things that aren't true. But then once I do it, I'm like victory. So that's what I would really, really suggest. It's just what are, my daughter asked me this. She goes, Mom, what are we so afraid of? What are we so flippin' afraid of? I said, I don't know anymore, Kay, because there's nothing fearful where I'm at. It's fun. It is so fun where I'm at. There's nothing fearful lurking in the corner here. It is just like, what do you want? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to meet? Where do you want to be? Let's go do this. It's the fun. It's not like it wasn't fun here. It was a different kind of fun. But man, coming through that is much better. I just went to a high school reunion, after 40 years. Whoa. I'm telling you, take these products. As long as I have, you're going to look fabulous at your high school reunion. I mean, you are going to look phenomenal. And so I want that. I want to show up full on, just wearing that dress, flipping that hair back, feeling good about who I am and what I've accomplished, instead of setting back and living in that fear. It's not worth it. Nothing's there I want.
That's so powerful. I love just hearing you talk about where you're at now, like you looking back on your life, back then and all that fear that you had, and there was nothing relevant standing where you are now.
It was just all made up.
Yeah.
You guess what? People are nice. For the most part, people actually do want you to win. They love a winner. People at the reunion were like, I watch you on Facebook. You are so inspiring. I'm like, you're on Facebook? I mean, and now I notice they're on my lives. They jump into my sister goes, I'm so inspired when you go live. And I'm like, okay, I mean, just change the world by changing yourself. If you inspire 5 people, that's life changing. If you've inspired 5 people to go do something, that's a miracle. So yes, let's just, what are we so afraid of? Really write that question down. What am I so afraid of? What is it? Because everywhere I go, people are nice. They're nice. And everywhere I go, people, they take money. You can't go anywhere without money. Money is a form of exchange. That's all it is. It's a form of exchange. So where I go, I exchange money for either seeing something or doing something. That's it. And so the more I have, the more I can see and the more I can do. And that's how I look at money. I want to see and do more. That's it. I want to give more. I want to see more. I want to do more. And that's, we're here to create. That's the end. I mean, all through the Bible, it tells us we are here to create. When we don't, we feel dead. When we don't create, when we don't grow, we feel dead. That's why you feel so bad. That's why when you say you're stuck, you feel so bad, because stuck is a lie. Stuck is a lie. Stuck is a lie that you believe in. You believe you're stuck. I don't see glue on you. I don't see where somebody's holding you down, suffocating you, saying you can't go further. That's all right here. All that means is get up and go do something different. Get your energy up, make some more calls, do more messages, get up and take a walk, eat better. If you want to get unstuck, go take a walk. Take one every day. Walk till you can't walk anymore, and you'll get unstuck. It's the best way to get unstuck.
That's so good. Okay, the final question that we have for you, Pam, was how do you maximize your season of harvest and keep that momentum going?
Oh, wow. It's just every day is a great day. I mean, geez, I don't want, it's like in that book, Alkalize or Die. I mean, the title told me what I wanted. I wanted to alkalize. I don't want the other side of that, which is death. So I look like at creation like that, create or die. They say that people that retire, that were so involved, heavily involved in their job, within 6 months, they're dead. My grandfather, in 6 months after he retired, perfectly healthy, he died. He didn't have anything to do. He didn't have anything to live for. He thought he could have reinvented himself like my dad did. My dad retired at 57 and decided he was going to be, up in his mind, a pro golfer at 57. So he played golf every day. I mean, he just loved it. He just got up and that became his new job. And he absolutely loved it. Got really, really good at it. And so he just reinvented himself. And I look at his life and I'm like, that's it right there. Get up. I want to get up every day and grow. I want to just, they say we're here to make known the unknown. Well, there's a lot of unknown. There is a lot of unknown. And one question leads to another, which leads, oh man, I know that. What do I not know about that? How great could I get at posting? How could I create the most phenomenal host of posts ever posted? I mean, could I come up with that? Could I come up with the best system ever in the company? Could I possibly make the most money anyone's ever made? Yeah. Nobody here is telling you you can't. Could I really absolutely do that? Absolutely. So make known the unknown, and that leaves open so much. So that's what I do every day. That's how I stay excited. And if I don't, Brittany, I'm just like everyone else. It starts to shut down. and you start to feel bad about yourself. And nothing changed other than you just didn't grow. That's it.
Yeah. That reminds me of one of the first quotes I heard about momentum when I first started the business. And they said, momentum is hard to get and easy to lose. And on the Zoom, the person saying it was saying, like, when you have momentum going, just keep it going. It's really that simple. Like when you stop, like you said, that's when you start shutting down and you start feeling stuck. And so rather than just like having to always pick it back up again, just keep it going. So I love that.
It's not, it's like people had all this, distributors will have this mojo going big in a big way, and they're growing like crazy. Their business is booming, and they start to change the direction of their leadership, and they get into the management mode, which they think is easier, but it becomes more debilitating because now you're managing people who don't want to be managed, and you're trying to push and pull people through the system when it would have been so much easier had you just kept recruiting new, and understanding that that's where the gold mine is. The gold mine is in the new vein. It's not in the old vein. It's in the new vein, in all the veins that are yet to be created. That's where the gold is. And so I realized that early on because I've been in management mode and I nearly died there. It is just no fun. It is death in all shape, sizes, and form. You're not doing anybody any good there. It is Death Valley to its core. And so when that mojo hits, doesn't mean that you're all crazy and you don't have any time. That's not what we're talking about. That means things are flowing. That means things are flowing. That means it's almost as though it's doing it on its own. And see, that's what people think. They realize it is doing it on its own, but you are the energy center of that. And so if you stop, that mojo will keep going for a while, but here 6 months later, your check starts to drop. And you wonder, why is my check drop? You don't look back and remember, oh, I stopped doing what I did to get there. And I don't know how your team knows other than the energy is shifted, but they start to do this too. Like the train is going backwards. You got just enough people coming in and going out, coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Well, if we look honestly, we will see that we stopped that mojo. We stopped doing what we did to get there. It doesn't mean that you don't see your family. It doesn't mean that you're back crazy. It just means that things are flowing. So I'm going to keep the flow going by continuing to bring in new people, by continuing to grow, by building systems where people can now train themselves. I see where I need that. So let me put that in place. Now I've got more leadership coming up. Let me turn over some of these responsibilities and layer this leadership. I see where the burnout comes, Brittany, is because we still try to do and be everything. And our ego is so in control and saying, they're not going to make it without you. They can't do it on their own. That is bull. They want to do it on their own. They can do it on their own. And if they don't, then they'll fall away. But what are you going to pick them up every time? You know, at some point, even with your children, you go, enough is enough. You got to learn this on your own. I can't be that person for you. I won't be that person for you. And so if you've got the smallest amount of momentum going and you want to increase it, then put on the fire. Put on, that starts with you. Then put it on, man. To do twice what you did today, but I don't mean in frenzy. I don't mean in neglecting your family. I mean, like, get your energy up and your expectancy up and your ability to see like new people coming in and letting your team know that you're on fire, you're going to this next level. and actually go there. That's how you keep it going. And see, my momentum now is different than it was in the beginning. It's a knowingness. It's an appreciation. It's a gratitude. It's a thankfulness. It's like mojo thankful at 110%. It's like mojo, whoa, look at this. Look what's happening now. And that energy is up, way up, really high. And I'm expecting new blood to come in. I'm expecting new gold, new veins to come in, a new goal to be hit. I'm expecting that. I know that everything is in place for that. And have you ever noticed when somebody has stopped and then they start blaming? This is when you know if you're blaming, then you're going backwards. If you're saying, well, this doesn't work, well, that didn't work, well, the company did this, well, the product that, well, you're in blame mode. You're being a victim, and your train is going backwards, and you're going to hit a wall if you're in the blame mode. You got to come up out of that by starting to be, well, I am grateful. I am grateful for the 2 people that I have on my team that are working. You know, if you got 2 people on your team that are working, because I told Brittany and everybody on Sunday, my mentor had 3 strong legs, 3 gold veins, 3 strong ones, and he made $1.5 million a month, 18 months in a row. I'll take it all day long. I'll take it all day long. So finally, I'm going to end with this. Have fun. Have more fun than you've ever had. Make this fun. If there's some aspect of this that you just full out don't enjoy, but it's something that needs to be done in order for you to get to where you want, find a fun way to do it. Find a fun way to do it. You know, there are things I'm doing right now that just don't jazz me. They're like, but they're non-hireable. It's something I need to do. Then I have found fun ways to do it. I have found fun ways to show up in it. I have found fun ways to make it happen. Or I'm just not going to do it, and it doesn't get done. And then I don't get to where I want to go. And I want to go there. Brittany, thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for being on, Pam. This was just so gold. Everybody loved this so much. And I know that you have such a busy schedule, and we just want you to know we appreciate you so much making, time for us tonight. I know it's late and it's a Tuesday night, and I know Dave just had surgery and he needs you. So we just love you so much and appreciate you more than you know.
Well, Brittany, I'll see you in Costa Rica. I've got my one dress ready. Everything else I'm still working on.
I've got my outfit coming together too, so I'm excited.
Well, and this is a top 20 team. You mean a lot to all of us. You really do. I mean, this is not just Brittany. She knows that. We've talked about it. She's highly respectful of all of you. She wants you up there with her. So it's very, very important that you realize that you are an important part of this, and that you are worthy of this, and that there is so much more for you, for each and every one of you. Just get up and go do it. That's it. My husband, he's so funny. He managed a big team when he was working before he retired, and he would say, he would listen to me do 4 or 5 Zooms in a night. And he said, look, let me go do it. And I said, well, what are you going to say? He said, I'm just going to tell them to get up off their butts and go to work, and then I'm going to get off. He says, because that's what you're telling them, but it takes you an hour. And that's so true. So everybody, in honor of Big Daddy, get up off your butts and go to work. Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Hey, I've got a good podcast coming out tomorrow. Make sure you listen, tag your teams. I'm doing these for you. If you have an Ask Pam question, you want to see your name highlighted on that, just go to my website and submit it. Love you guys. Good night, everybody.
Bye.